movie review here for the movie Warfare, and the kind of cool thing with this film, it's like a snapshot in time type war movie, which I guess, it's not unique. There's some movies are this way. They're like a snapshot in time type movie. But that's kind of one thing I liked about this film, is the fact that we don't have a passage of time that goes on for like days, weeks. No, it's actually just, I think maybe it might have been, with the day going into the night and then the next day. So they were there like maybe about 48 hours is 2 days. So about almost 48 hours, if anything. But yeah, that's the passage of time in this film. It happens pretty much within a span of the certain particular time frame, and that's kind of the cool thing with this movie. It's U.S. soldiers, and it says on the poster, it says based on memory, and I'm guessing that what it means by based on memory is like a truth. This film is based on the recount of this guy named Elliot. I think that's probably his real fucking name, and it's the dude that had his legs mangled the most, because there's really no main character per se in this film, and that's actually another thing we established with this film. We don't quite have a main character. I guess all the guys they all sort of behave as main characters. We're kind of going back to back. Some of them seem like it's also kind of like they have maybe more distinctive facial features and stuff, and so they on the screen a little bit more. And I like when they were moving, when they had two friendlies, because they talk in the military way in the film, right? They talk how they would talk on their comms and stuff. And when the way they guys talk on comms, it's a little confusing to me. I guess to anyone that's not familiar with it, it's a little confusing. But I like when I got that part, and you can see it happening because it's an airplane. It's got this infrared. And you can see that the two friendlies, as they put it, the combatants going here, and hey, they're over on this side, they're over here on your left and your right, and we've got the two friendly squads moving in, and they linked up together. I don't know what they were called, unless they were, cause they said Frogman. Somebody was Frog. I don't know if cause they had Frogman and they had Bushwood, something like that. Bush something. But I think Bush something was the Bradley's team code name, and Frogman was their code name. But it also might have, and then I don't know if these other two squads of soldiers were they had different names or what. The Asian guy, he was a real leader. When you can tell, when everybody was moving, he was leading the command. And so when he got in there, and he tells the one guy, I think it may be the dude from the Unicorn movie. It looked like that's him. His facial feature, I'm pretty sure that's him. That guy from the We're the Millers guy plays the son. But what do you call? He tells him I need you. I can't do this. I'm broken, man. He means broken, not physically hurt, but broken mentally. I like that he's sitting on the bed, and there's a family actually. There's So it's the man, the two kids, the girl. There was another dude in there. I don't know, for some reason we didn't see him get up, but I'm pretty sure he didn't die. He was still alive. And there was another guy in there. Actually, there's another dude, and there was two men. I'm pretty sure it's an older lady too. In the first house, the house downstairs, there was a guy and a woman, and then the top stairs there was a husband, kids, and wife. I'm pretty sure that's how it worked. And it's a 2-story home. I like when the translator is talking. It's two apartments, because the home is split in two, basically. It's a 2-story home, but they split it into two separate units. So one person lives on top, one person lives on the bottom. They can cohabitate in the space, right? And what was I gonna say? But yeah, we see the Americans, they got out, they left, and yeah, she asked why. I think she just said it, talking in English for that brief moment there. But that is a good question, is it, to ask yourself in this movie, why exactly did you intrude in our space and trashed everything? What was the point of it? I don't get why, but I'm curious. But yes, you did this, right? You came in our space and you wrecked everything. You came into space, yeah, you wrecked everything. And I'm not quite sure. I wonder what the mission is called. We open up with the film. We actually open up with the whole. They're watching a video, the lady dancing. The song sounds familiar. I feel like I might have heard it before. I guess it's the music. I want to know if it's. I'm curious if it's like the official music video, and that's the artist, the main lady. But yeah, they're listening to that, and I guess that's to show their camaraderie. All the guys, they're all one. They're all like. They cohabitate together for quite some time. There's unit. You get real close to your brother in this unit. But what was I gonna say with the film? What was I thinking of? Yeah, the guy, they're like scoping out on the street. It's quiet. It's dormant. There's gunfire happening in the background, so there's something's going on. And there's even one scene where we can see tracing fire going, I think in one direction primarily. But what exactly is happening, I'm not quite sure. But what's it called? We go like the guy, he says like, I want this house, and they select that house. I was thinking maybe they're making an arrest of the people, but they don't arrest them. They just detain them, put them in the room, and they're there and they're using their house. I don't know. I'm so curious, but it's more to the background of like, why are we securing this house? What's the whole point of it? What's the mission here? What's the goal here? They're spying. There's like this marketplace that's across. It's like down the street from where they are at. And obviously the insurance guy, and he says like, so it's pretty obvious, right, what's happening, because the guy's on the phone. It's like, yeah, it's gotta be that they know Americans are there. They're like, oh, they're right there. But sure enough, and then we know they're coming. So it's like this movie shows you like the anticipation, like you're on edge and you're like, oh my god, when's it gonna happen? It's gonna happen sooner than later. They're gonna come and try to kill us, because they have two Iraqi guys with them that act as translators, right? They're interpreters. And the two Iraqi guys, the one Iraqi guy, I think one speaks better English than the other. He comes up the stairs and he says like, hey, listen, they're calling for jihad. That was the call to prayer. But then when you see the lady grab the kids and they're getting away, it's like, okay, well, it can't be call to prayer, right? Because who's going to run? Are they running that frantically to pray? I don't think so. Probably not. And sure enough, that's not it. It's the fucking the jihad. Said they're calling for jihad to kill all Americans. It's happening. Get ready for it. Get ready for it. It's happening. They're gonna come and start shooting up shit and everything. But what was I gonna say? What was I thinking of in my head? What was I thinking of in my head? Thinking of something. Oh, I guess I'll mention this. That I kind of lost my train of thought with that. The one gentleman, he have a water bottle and he drinks the water, and then he looks. The other guy says like, "Hey, can I get some water?" And, he puts his arm out to like, "I want some." He spits the water back, into the water bottle. And this guy, you know what he does? He fucking takes a swig of it. What the fuck? I'm not doing this, bro. What is this? You know, you can keep the water. I'm just gonna be thirsty. You can keep that water. Freaking, there's a guy that he comes in. He's got like the somebody said like new guy energy. I guess because he's like, hey, what's up? What's going on? He wants to make some friendly conversation because it's kind of boring. And that's another nice detail, right, with the war, is that there is a lot of sitting around. There is a lot of boredom, is it, with the war? And they said that's that new guy energy right there. That's that new guy energy. Elliot and Sam, those are the two guys that get injured, and it was an IED with the Bradley. I like that the Bradleys drive off when they're getting this fire and stuff. Door closes, they drive off. The one Iraqi guy, he said that, hey, listen, you guys, the Iraqi guys were downstairs guarding the downstairs, but they said, listen, you two are gonna go out first. You two are gonna go out and you're gonna escort us to the Bradleys. And the guy tells them, the skinnier Iraqi guy says, like, they're gonna kill us. They're sending, they want us to go out first. We're gonna get killed. We're gonna get fucking shot the fuck up. You know that? You know what's gonna happen if we do that? And sure enough, the guy that went out first, he's the one that gets blown up. The other Iraqi guy, because I thought this was Elliot, but no, I'm pretty sure it was him, because we don't see him after this. There's a gentleman that runs after one of the Bradleys when it's driving away. I'm guessing that must have been one of the Iraqi guys that ran after that Bradley. And so that's what happens with the other ones. They lose both of their interpreters. But though I like that there's some scenes where they yell at the family in Arabic, I guess. Because I want to say in Iraq, they probably, I don't know, maybe they probably have some local particular dialects, idioms that are unique to their Arabic, and maybe even, you know, they have Kurdish people, so the Kurdish language. But yeah, they have the guy there, and he's yelling at them, and like, so they know some words, right? But like, obviously you need the interpreter to know like the full scope, kind of everything. But what's it called? Yeah, the Iraqi guy, he said it like, we're gonna get blown up. And I like that they show us the gore. They have a scene, they linger on that scene with his gore, like his, basically like half his body fucking blown off. And I felt kind of bad for him, you know. I felt kind of bad because like, and you got the picture when they send them first, like, oh, they sending us to die first because we're not some of them. Maybe there's some symbolism in that they send the foreigners, the American soldiers sending these foreigners first to go out in the field and you know, die, like go first for us. And yeah, so I like that the Bradleys leave. They leave, so they're pinned down the house, but then have the people come. And the Bradleys originally weren't gonna come, but the guy, I guess he tells them to lie. Basically, he says like, listen, tell them you're the CEO. Like, I guess like you're the head honcho, and you telling them they gotta come. And so then they say, oh, okay, well, we're gonna come then. And so they come and they do their thing. And I like that we get the injured guys out first, and then they fall back in the house. And I guess that was like, let's get them out of the way, know that they're safe, and then we can, because they're going to crowd everybody in the Bradleys. And sure enough, that's exactly what they do. Everybody gets crowded out in the Bradleys, and that works out in their favor. That does good. And we just arrived to our house. But no, this movie is good. Warfare, it has no score. Not that I can tell. No score during the fighting scenes, which makes it pretty good, actually. And what else can we say about this film? They show us the pictures of the soldiers at the end of the film. And we even get like behind the scene when they're filming it. We get Elliot in his wheelchair. He's that electric wheelchair. He got one of his legs amputated. It looks like maybe he has one leg, but the other one's amputated. And what else? And some of the soldiers, their faces are blinded. You can't see their face, which is a cool detail, is it? Some of them didn't want their faces seen, I guess. They even show us the Iraqi guys. Even they get their pictures featured. I think their faces are blinded too, but even they get their pictures. And like all based on his memory. Basically, it's him like recounting his memory, this incident that happened at this house in Iraq. That concludes my review.